We now join Zelisa Budusing Rupani, host and CEO of ZM Network, joining us from Guyana for the 2025 International Business Conference, Guyana, Suriname.
To all of our local, regional, and international viewers, thank you kindly for choosing us at Real TV, where we bring reality to you. My dear friends, a very special edition of Conversations with Zelisa. We are in Georgetown, Guyana, beautiful Guyana, the jewel of the Caribbean now, said to be the Dubai of the Caribbean. And of course, broadcasting from the Marriott Georgetown in Guyana, here bringing coverage of the International Business Conference, Guyana, Suriname 2025. I'm very pleased to have with us the live wire. I would say he's a walking institution, an encyclopedia, and of course, the force to be reckoned with, Dr. Vishnu Durga. And Dr. Durga is the chairman of the Action Invest and of the Suriname Guyana Chamber of Commerce. Good morning and a warm welcome.
Morning. Thank you very much for making the trip all the way to Guyana and taking our message out to the world.
Most certainly. Real TV would not miss this for the world, and we feel very blessed and quite privileged to be part of something very dynamic, taking this to all, not just local, but regional and international viewers as well. Doc, could you tell us a little bit, you are the chairman of the Action Invest. Could you tell us a little bit about Action Invest?
Yeah, so Action Invest is a business development company. We focus heavily on training, coaching, and of course, branding and business development. We've been at this now for 11 years.
11 years,
yeah,
over a decade.
ISO certified. So, and we're really, we've kind of covered Guyana well, and we've started to really operate across the Caribbean. Particularly Guyana and Suriname. Suriname, as you know, is on a very similar pathway as Guyana is. And yeah, that's we're heavily focused on making sure that companies and people can really move to the next level.
Thinking outside of the box indeed, spreading your wings. The goal for this conference, 2025.
Yeah, so the goal for this conference is to really have a platform where large Guyanese and Surinamese companies can connect with the medium and large international businesses and investors. It is a purely business-to-business platform. We notice, there's a place for every type of interaction. There are places where you're very open to the public, open to students, open to consumers. But we find that pretty often you'll have a very high-powered CEO spending $5,000-$10,000 to come to a country, and then being in a large crowd with a number of students, a number of consumers, but then not being able to actually connect with their counterparts.
Yeah.
Their local CEOs that really need to be able to do the business deals that create employment, that create profits, that create taxes for a country as well. So we've taken a conscious decision to keep this very B2B, make sure that the key decision makers in the private and the public sector get that time to meet each other and get the questions answered, because the reason people don't invest is that they have questions in their mind. They're thinking about the risk that exists. So our job is to minimize those risks by putting the right people. And if they decide that this is not a place they want to invest, they have all the right information.
So it's like empowering,
yeah.
Answering those unanswered questions, as we say, helping those to understand a little bit better about investing and spreading their wings.
Yeah.
Some of the, in terms of the companies being part of this wonderful event, can you give us some insight?
Yeah, of course, we have the giants in the Caribbean, ANSA and Massy.
I see Massy's here, yes?
Yes, Massy's here in full force. All of their subsidiaries are here as well from across the Caribbean. The whole leadership team is here. ANSA, of course, is doing very large investments in Guyana, which they want to showcase as well. But more than that, we also have the support from the IDB. The IDB has been supporting every single edition of the International Business Conference because they understand the integration that needs to happen, and they're very much ready to invest in the private sector. They have an arm called IDB Invest. So they also want to be able to educate our businesses
Yeah.
about what they have available. The World Trade Center Georgetown, which is actually launching next week. They're our venue partner for the cocktail. We'll be able to tour their facilities on, that's going to be tomorrow evening, on Wednesday evening, and so many more. It's a very collaborative platform. So many organizations had to get together to make this happen.
Dr. Durga, I couldn't help but notice coming in from the airport last night. I was totally in awe and fascinated. The roads, infrastructure, I mean, trucks. You can actually feel, not just see, but feel the growth in Guyana. This is my first visit, and I'm sure it's going to be the first of many. But I am very fascinated with the development and growth, you know, in terms of the bridge. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And, you know, I feel that, like I said, I see Guyana really, the development and growth doing extremely well when you look at the infrastructure alone. So it's the right time, this conference, it's the right time, the right fit to inform, educate, and empower, to get that investment in.
And definitely, you know, our president often says that we need to get 10, 15 years of work done in 5 years because of the deficits that we've had in this country and across the Caribbean in education, infrastructure, in so many ways. So Guyana is definitely under construction. As we're doing this interview, we are setting up for a massive show this afternoon. So we are also under construction here for anyone noticing that. But
Brilliant.
it is what Guyana is at the moment. We are under construction for the future that we're all seeking, and we want to do it in a way, as our team also really mentions, bridging businesses for regional prosperity. This is not about Guyana, not about Suriname. It is, we're all human beings. How do we play our part so that we all benefit? It needs to be a win-win. When a party feels like they're not winning, they're not going to participate.
Most certainly. There must be a takeaway.
Yeah.
There must be a profit. There must be growth, you know, in order to taste success. I've been seeing Who's Who.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to us?
Who's Who is actually one of our brands that sits under the Action Invest Caribbean umbrella. You know, when we got started 2014, 2015, we did quite a few different channels to see, well, how do we get out to the market? Because we're very B2B. We hardly do anything with consumers. And we couldn't find a good channel. And I remember working in Trinidad 2012, 2013, doing consulting. I have family in Trinidad as well. You know, we are a real Caribbean family. And I noticed that every business I dealt with always had a Who's Who on the desk. Or if someone contacted me and said, all right, where did you get our info? The company that I was consulting for, I found it in the Who's Who. So 2016, 2017, I had a chat with Richard Lewis from the Label House Group. He's also one of the directors on Republic Bank Guyana. And, you know, we spoke about it. We thought, well, how do we ensure that it helps the entire business community? And since we launched that, you know, last evening, we actually launched our 7th edition featuring the new Barajagdeo Demerara River Bridge. And it's grown massively. And it's not just a channel for us. Like, we get a lot of leads out of it, but the amount of organizations that benefit from this, the government, the foreign missions, who, when someone asks about Guyana, can now easily say, hey, take a look at this, go through it. If you have any other questions.
Excellent.
The reason I love it as well is back then I was the president of the largest chamber here in Guyana. And even when my term had ended, people still book meetings, and this really came in handy, because when we provide this, we send it to their offices or we tell them check it out online.
Excellent.
It cut down my meetings by more than 80% because the information is in there.
Really innovative, thinking beyond, you know, thinking in the future, very futuristic, very nice. I also observe CETA, you know, not Marta, CETA, of course, but perhaps you could enlighten us about, you know, what CETA is all about.
Yeah. When we got started with the International Business Conference, the first thing we did is to figure out the framework. And we are private sector, so from a private sector perspective, we understood that, yes, we need to do the heavy lifting, but we also understand that governments are there to facilitate, to support. So we called on both governments for their support, for their facilitative support, for everything that is needed. And the call was very quickly answered by the Guyana government through the Guyana Office for Investment. and through the Suriname government, through the Suriname Investment and Trade Agency.
Okay.
So the fantastic thing is, in all editions, including this one, we're actually sitting here looking at their booths.
Certainly, yes.
They're here in full force. They have all the incentives, all the investment opportunities in both countries. But even better, this is the thing that we insisted on, is please have your investment officers here on site.
Nice.
So that any investor that has any question is able to work with the investment officer on site.
Great. And Real TV, being a media partner all the way from Trinidad and Tobago, we're certainly going to be bringing you highlights. We're going to be bringing you the formal opening. The president is going to be here in attendance. And of course, we'll be talking to you and having interviews with all of the people that are participating as we continue to bring you this broadcast from Georgetown, Guyana. Very pleased to be part of this wonderful International Business Conference, Guyana, Suriname 2025. We thank you kindly for choosing us. Do continue to stay with us. It's time to go back to Master Control in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go to these important messages.
We now join Zelisa Budusing Rupani, host and CEO of ZM Network, joining us from Guyana for the 2025 International Business Conference, Guyana, Suriname.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Killman is a real dog, you know. Killman is a real dog out here. Nah! That's what you saying he do? After he talked that big game and nothing? If you search up red flag, you will see his face with. I don't understand.
But he didn't do nothing wrong.
But how you know he do nothing wrong?
Because I could see it. You just have an opinion and you voice your opinion to your friend and making him man look like a dog.
But he's a dog.
Because you say so.
He's a dirty dog. You know the backstory here?
But if the same way you going on where you're saying and I going on where I say it, I have a different opinion to
Yeah,
you.
but that's my opinion.
Well, I'm not saying you can't have your opinion, but your opinion wrong.
But you know what is my next opinion? Why you minding my business?
Because you're talking loud, your business is we business.
Why I don't understand only.
You could have managed
Coming your way every Tuesday and Thursday on Real TV from 6 to 7:30 p.m. It's not just love. It's not just reality. It's love versus reality. Expect the passion, the drama, the twists you never saw coming, and the moments that make you question, is it true love or just reality biting back? Only on Real TV, where reality hits different.
On Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence, Massive Tank Sound Company brings to you a night of Bollywood magic, featuring the Big B of Gujarat, Bankim Pathak, Daksha Goyal, Indian Idol star Shivanji Sharma, Nitin Kumar, Chaturvedi. Get those general tickets $200, VIP $500. For VVIP, call 498-1698. Ticket outlets, all extra foods nationwide. Prem Singh's Kirap and Shagwanas, MS Food City Debe. Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence. A night of Bollywood magic.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
We now join Zelisa Budusing Rupani, host and CEO of ZM Network, joining us from Guyana for the 2025 International Business Conference, Guyana, Suriname.
Welcome back to a very special edition of Conversations with Zelisa, broadcasting from Georgetown, Guyana. We're at the Marriott as we bring you live coverage of the International Business Conference, Guyana, Suriname 2025. And of course, Real TV being part of a media partner, very proud to represent Trinidad and Tobago here in Guyana. And of course, I'm in conversation. Let me say good morning and a very warm welcome to Amrita Narain. Amrita is the Chief Projects Officer here at the Action Invest Caribbean. She has been very instrumental in liaising with us, very helpful, going beyond the call of duty, beyond different hours, connecting and ensuring all would be in place for Real TV and our team. So thank you so much for choosing us. To all of our viewers here in Guyana, regionally, internationally, and those in Canada and the Caribbean, Showtime Television in Canada, thank you so much for choosing us. Amrita, welcome.
Thank you, Zelisa. It is such a pleasure, and thank you for the warm welcome.
You're more than welcome. Thank you as well for the hospitality that we're receiving here in Guyana. My first visit and a really first impression, which is always a lasting one.
I'm so pleased to hear that, and I share the same sentiment.
Tell us about your role with the conference and exactly what you're responsible for.
Absolutely. I am pleased to let everyone know who's watching that the International Business Conference, Building Bridges to Regional Prosperity, is something that is core in my role. And I'm proud to be working along with a team. And we've got over 50 plus media personnel who are going to be representing and providing coverage today for the International Business Conference around the Caribbean. So I think that is one major part of the role that we've set aside, that we want to make sure that not just the delegates have access to this content, but for the people watching, that they get the best possible industry insights that we have to offer.
Most certainly, empowering people, answering those unanswered questions, especially when it comes to investment, where you have to invest in order to have growth and development. Yeah?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think investment is a core moot of what we have to offer. We've employed to feature a wide number of ambassadors, ministers, private sector stakeholders to be present at the IBC.
Tell us a little bit about some of the speakers that are expected. I know the President, His Excellency, will be here as well, but perhaps you can give us a little insight into what we're going to experience at around 2:30 today, and it's going to be live on Real TV.
Of course, I love to leave everyone in anticipation because today is such an exciting day. We're opening the conference at 2:30 p.m. today. And apart from our presidential addresses, we will also be featuring the ministers and ambassadors and, of course, powerhouse speaker, motivational speaker, Kaplan Mowbray. In fact, we had him deliver just last night on the power of corporate identity at our Who's Who in Guyana Business Launch 2026. And of course, I think everyone would be pleased to know that Trinidad has also been instrumental in us bringing the Who's Who franchise to Guyana 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's interesting. That Trinidad has been quite instrumental in doing that as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you say to Trinidad and Tobago and the world with regards to this conference, this international conference, Guyana Suriname? I know that you've partnered as well with Suriname. What would be in terms of the goals, the outcome?
Absolutely. So one of the key representations we have in Guyana come from the Guyana Office for Investment. Of course, we have the Suriname Investment and Trade Agency. One of the things that we also pride ourselves on is that we not only have representation in the form of our delegates, our speakers down to our exhibitors here are willing and they are most enthusiastic to do business with Trinidad and Tobago. I think that we have such a rich cultural and political history, and that not only strengthens the harmony that we have between each other, but it strengthens the investment climate for everyone who wishes to be part of that.
Well, we speak of climate. I can't help but, in Trinidad and Tobago, this is the week before Diwali 2025, and I was saying to you, it's a beautiful festival of. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the flavor of the season.
So phenomenal.
And
yes.
yes, and so perhaps I can indulge and ask a little bit about your, in terms of Guyana and Diwali 2025, a little cultural aspect.
Absolutely. I was pleased to speak with Zelisa off camera. And one of the fascinating cultural bits of history that we share are that as with the Hindu influence, we've been able to really strengthen the perimeter of our culture after centuries. And I think what we'd be pleased to share as well is that, like Trinidad and Tobago in Guyana, it is a massive festival. We see houses well decked out in diyas, and we also have a motorcade that happens right on the night before, and it is absolutely stunning. All of the fairy lights decorated on trucks, on vehicles, beautiful young women well decked out as deities. I think it is so phenomenal that even just after the IBC, we're going into something that is a fantastic cultural display.
Good. So I'll take the opportunity to wish you and your team a Shubh Diwali 2025.
Likewise,
From
thank
all of
you.
us at Trinidad and Tobago and Real TV, I thank you kindly. I know you're consumed, so we did indulge a little bit, but thank you so much. And I'm sure we'll have other conversations as we're here in Guyana as the development takes place.
Thank you so much, Zelisa. It
You're
was such
welcome.
a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you for the hospitality again and for allowing Real TV to be a media partner here in Georgetown, Guyana. Thank you. All the
Thank
best. Continued success. Continue to stay with us as we continue to bring you live coverage and broadcasts. At around 2:30, we of course will connect with Master Control in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. I say thank you. Special edition of Conversations with Zelisa right here at the Marriott, Georgetown, Guyana.
Thank you for joining us right here on Real TV for the 2025 International Business Conference, Guyana, Suriname. Brought to you by ZM Network, connecting business, innovation, and the Caribbean to the world.
Diwali preparations can be quite stressful, especially when you have a hectic schedule. Luckily, at Premsing.com, I get my Diwali essentials all in one place. With a click of a button, I can get my diyas, decorations, lights, sweet boxes, sweet mixes, groceries, knickknacks, and more. I enjoy shopping online because I can enjoy the store specials here too, like this reduced price box of wax diyas and decorations.
Looking for a full-time secondary school where your child feels safe, supported, and inspired? Experience the difference at Upper Level Educational Institute. Our passionate teachers and interactive classes ensure students remain actively engaged and excited to learn. Classes are also available part-time for students, repeaters, and adult learners. Sign up for any part-time subject and get CSEC Math free. Upper Level, a great place to learn, where students come first. Register today.
Yes, people, you have been waiting with bated breath and you have been asking. The Future of Talk is back with yours truly, Heavy Duty, and my co-host,
TC, and we are live on Real TV from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. every afternoon, Monday to Friday.
Yes, you heard it, Real TV, right here. Yours truly, Heavy Duty and TC, the Future of Talk is back.
Yeah.
Right?
On Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence, Massive Tank Sound Company brings to you a night of Bollywood magic, featuring the Big B of Gujarat, Bankim Pathak.
I'm coming fourth time in this your country with the lovely songs of Muhammad Rafi Saab. This time I'm coming with the full team of my musicians and singers from India.
Daksha Goyal, Indian Idol star, Shivanji Sharma.
Hey guys, this is me Shivangi Sharma and I am coming to Trinidad for the very first time.
Nitin Kumar.
See you on 25th of October in Trinidad Center of Excellence. Thank you so much, Radhe Radhe.
Tanmay Chaturvedi.
This is Tanmay Chaturvedi, first runner-up of Saregama 2018.
Get those general tickets $200, VIP $500. For VVIP, call 498-1698. Ticket outlets, all extra foods nationwide. Prem Singh's Curap and Shagwanas, MS Food City Daybay. Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence. A night of Bollywood magic.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Welcome to the Power Play, the most exciting period in sport. Join us every Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. as we bring to you all things sport. We break down football, cricket, basketball, all the latest sports in the Caribbean and of course across the world. Right here on Real TV, your station for local sport. Real to the heart, local to the core.
Your community matters, and your news deserves to be heard. From religious events and sports days to fundraisers, markets, and cultural celebrations, Real TV is your platform to share it all. Send us your announcements and let's spread the word together, because strong communities are built on connection. Real TV, real facts, real talk, real community.
Call us today at 2926470 or WhatsApp us at 3847142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
On Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence, Massive Tank Sound Company brings to you a night of Bollywood magic, featuring the Big B of Gujarat, Bankim Pathak. Daksha Goyal, Indian Idol star, Shivanji Sharma. Nitin Kumar. Tanmay Chaturvedi. Get those general tickets $200, VIP $500. For VVIP, call 498-1698. Ticket outlets, all extra foods nationwide. Prem Singh's Curap and Shagwanas, MS Food City Daybay. Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence. A night of Bollywood magic.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.